Welcome, YouTubers.
Good morning.
This is Donto and Amy, and we are the food foresters from Central Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we started our food forest last year. We put in a few banana trees, some pineapples,
Cranberry hibiscus.
um, a couple small trees,
Mm-hmm.
but we really decided to get into it and really, started doing this in earnest the beginning of the summer. We did a lot of transplanting. We bought a bunch of trees. We got uh, our little herb garden going out here.
Yeah, right behind us.
We got we'll show you that a little later.
Yeah, we'll do a walk around video.
Uh, we started our chickens over the winter. We got it was this spring when we got that area fenced in and
Yeah.
chickens in that. We got our
No, it was before Irma.
was it before Irma? Yeah, it
Hurricane
was.
Irma came
It
through.
was before Irma,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
because we had to group everybody together to protect them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since about 2007, or seven, I'm sorry, 2017, we've been doing this. Started out small, and then we decided to go ahead and inspiration from people like uh, Pete from Green Dreams, Justin Rhodes and his family,
Um, Doug and Stacy off grid.
Off Grid, Doug and Stacy, John with Grow Your Greens,
Edible Acres.
um, and the Ivy Organics YouTuber. I can't think of his first name right off.
Yeah, he's out of Southern California.
But after watching these YouTubers who are our favorites, we decided to go ahead and expand on our property. We have about 2 acres. It does flood. Unfortunately, we got a swamp 4 acres to the south of us and a swamp about a half a mile north of us, and it interconnects. So when we get the torrential downpours, everybody that's connected to these swamps, it's like a straight line. It just floods and it keeps going through everybody's property. So flood control is a big issue with us, especially during the summertime. During spring, fall, and the winter, no problems. I can mow the whole property. Yeah, during flood season, I gotta go over the valley and through the woods and over the river.
So our place isn't mowed like it normally is right now. Because there's just so many places we can't get the mower. And I've got to do a lot of weed eating. That's on my list of chores today is to catch up on weed eating.
And we gotta finish the mulch.
Yeah, we have a ton of mulch still to put out. Let's see.
But we started this place. It was run down when we purchased it.
We got it at a good price.
Got it at a
It's
good
a
price.
fixer-upper.
It's a fixer-upper. The house, inside and out, is still being remodeled. We just took a break from the inside, and we jumped on
Our food
food forest to get that going, because it does take time for things to grow. Your first year, you may get very little harvest, but depends on where you're at. This past winter, we here in the Central Florida area, it just the frost.
Worst frost we've had in years and
yes,
years.
it killed off our. Didn't necessarily kill off everything, but we had to restart our cranberries. We had to restart our banana trees. We had to, my fire bushes. I mean, everything. Everything was just. It was just decimated. So, this time around when we started to redo everything, we always kept in mind is, okay, if we have to protect this, how are we going to do it? A lot of our plants are near the house. So worst case scenario is if we have to tack something up against the house like a sheet to drape over everybody, we can do that. We do need to build a greenhouse. We do have plans to try and do that this before the first frost,
Yeah,
which
we've
is
got
normally
mangoes.
in January.
Mangoes and soursop that we're going to build a greenhouse for.
Yeah. So.
Where we planted them, we've actually decided we're going to have to move them. We do a lot of planting in tires because tires make a nice raised bed. They're about the right height. Because our ground does get so wet, a lot of our stuff can't grow in, like our peach. We got our peach on a little bit of a hill.
Yeah, so
small hill, so it's okay. But things like the mangoes that we have some other trees, our
mint.
We don't want them to have wet feet all the time and get root rot, because we lost 2 papayas.
Yeah, to the wet ground.
The red lady papayas, because they just rotted off in the ground. And a matter of fact, here we tried to save this one, and you can see this poor little thing.
All that just rotted.
It just rotted right into the. It just rotted right in the ground. So we've lost 2 of our papayas because of root rot. And that's why we're using the tires. I know a lot of people don't like using tires because they're afraid of, what about the heavy metals and chemicals seeping in? We did our research on that, and we didn't find anything that suggests it's dangerous. We try to keep everything as organic as we can.
And we always try to find something to repurpose, reuse.
That's why we get our used tires. There's actually a used tire place that drops off tires to us. They sell used tires and new tires, but the tires that they get that they can't resell or that they've taken off of people, people's cars, that the tread is just worn out, we get those from them, and we cut the the sidewall off of the tires and use those. We get a lot of low profile tires, which I love because then I don't have to cut the sidewalls out of. I've got some set aside. I'll probably do. We've got the Southern Home grape that I want to plant. Because we have a wild muscadine here growing on a fence line, and this is the first year we got any grapes from it, but the grapes were just inedible.
Sour. They were so sour.
And we're not into winemaking, or not really that into making the jellies and stuff yet. So I'm going to cut that old grapevine out and plant the Southern Home in its place. Because we like our table grapes.
Yeah.
Now eventually maybe we might put up an arbor for wine, because we both enjoy a glass of wine once in a while. Or for canning, for making jellies and stuff like that. But that's probably going to be farther on down the line.
Yeah. But a little bit more about about us. We both have children. I have 2 girls who are over the age of 18 doing their own thing. My oldest is getting ready to go into the Coast Guard. Yay. And then Donald has a son who is going to be turning 11 here. And he's on the
autism spectrum.
Yeah, that's it. He's on the high end, so you will probably see him in the videos a lot more than my girls. But, we're just regular people. We try our best to do researching. A lot of stuff that we grow here is mainly for just us. Right now, we're not trying to sell. We don't have a problem doing cuttings, and we're on several Facebook sites where we will swap with other people for certain things. But right now, our homestead is just that for our home. Because we love our bananas, so we are trying to get a lot of different varieties. We haven't none of our banana trees have produced as of yet, so we're waiting on that because some of them are really close. So we're hoping here. I'm hoping none of them will produce during the winter, because then that's going to be a tough challenge to make sure that they're taken care of. But we also have right now 2 dogs, 3 cats. Only 1 cat is mine. The other 2 are my daughter. And he's got a dog. And then his
I've
son's
got
got
the
a
little
horse.
dog. It's not a horse. It's a mastiff Great Dane mix. The size of a horse, but it's not a horse.
Size of a little pony.
She's only about 165 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, all in all, we wanted to do a quick little introduction video for you guys, just to kind of give you some background information. As we're remodeling, redoing, forgive us for the way the house looks on the outside, because it was neglected very badly. We do plan on getting a new roof soon, siding. We are in the process of getting the skirting. We're buying it little by little, so eventually we'll have skirting all the way around the house. The old skirting that was on, we had to take off because it got really damaged. It was damaged before, and it was missing parts, but after Hurricane Irma, we had to take it all down. It was bad. But all in all, we will try and do at least weekly videos, maybe a couple more times a year, throughout the week, depending on how our schedule is and,
Yeah, I
what we
work a
do.
full-time job, so this is we're not market gardeners or anything like that, so we're not doing this for a living. We're doing this just to try to bring people along on our journey
Mm-hmm.
to self-sustainability, to our food forest.
And I pretty much stay home all the time. But when I'm home here, I'm always putting around the house. There's always something to do, especially outside. We have ducks and chickens that I take care of too. So it's just one of those where we have it worked out right now. So it works for us. And, the weekends is mainly when we do a lot of our stuff. So it's going to be a little adventure.
Yeah. And we invite you all to come along with us.
Yeah.
If you, if you enjoy us, in our videos, we also have a Facebook page.
And Instagram.
Yep. You
Yep.
can follow on there too. So we'll put links in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
This is all new to us, so we're learning this whole YouTube thing.
Yep. But
So,
please like, share, subscribe, and we hope to see you guys in the next coming up videos. More and more.
All right. Enjoy your day. Recycle, reuse, repurpose.
Mm-hmm. And grow things.
Have a good day.